Good morning, children. In the yesterday's class, we saw about the two great Mughals. One was Akbar, and today we'll be studying about his grandson Shah Jahan. Okay, Prince Khurram, that is Shah Jahan, was born on 5th January 1592 to Jahangir and Bibi Bilquis Makhni. He was Akbar's favorite grandchild. Okay, Shah Jahan's parents' name was Jahangir and Bibi Bilquis Makhni, and his grandfather was Akbar, and spent the early part of his life with Akbar and his queen Ruqayya Sultan Begum. Okay, Shah Jahan spent his childhood with his grandfather. Who was his grandfather? Akbar, and his queen Ruqayya Sultan Begum. His love for art started early as Akbar left no stone unturned in his education. Okay, Akbar was not educated, so he did not wanted his grandson to be uneducated. So he started developing or giving education to Shah Jahan at an early age, and this made Shah Jahan to start his love for art. Akbar himself had no formal education. Understood? Shah Jahan was trained in martial arts and exposed to music and poetry in early life. Okay, Shah Jahan was not only getting educated, but he was also getting trained in martial arts, and he was getting trained in music poetry at an early age. He became the ruler in 1627 AD after Jahangir died. Okay, till then Jahangir, his father, was taking care of his kingdom, and in the year 1627 Jahangir died, and at that time Shah Jahan took the rule of the kingdom. Okay, Shah Jahan, now later we'll see the expansion of the empire under Shah Jahan. Like the earlier Mughal rulers, Shah Jahan also wanted to expand his empire. What, like early his great grandfather, his grandfather, his father, all were, trying to expand the kingdom. So even he also did the same. During his reign, he annexed the Rajput holds of Mewar and Bundelkhand. He added the Daulatabad fortress Maharashtra to his empire. Where all did he started expand his kingdom? He expanded to the Rajput kingdoms of Mewar and Bundelkhand, and he also took the Daulatabad fortress, which is in the Maharashtra, to his empire. That means he added Mewar, Bundelkhand, and the Daulatabad fortress, which is in Maharashtra, to his empire. He tried to conquer Kandar but failed. He also tried to move to Kandar, but he did not succeed in that. As most of the North India was already the part of the Mughal Empire, he focused his attention on the South India. As I told you, Akbar and his son Jahangir, they already had taken, Akbar was a great ruler. He had already taken charge of majority parts of India, and particularly the northern parts where he had lot of fights with the Rajputs. So Shah Jahan, what he did, he knew already north part of India is in his control. So he thought, let me take the control of the south part of India, the down part of India. Okay, so what he did, he focused his attention on South India. He captured Ahmednagar in the Deccan. What did he do? He conquered the he focused his attention on capturing the Ahmednagar in the Deccan and forced the kingdoms of Bijapur and Golconda to accept his authority. Like Akbar, he also started making people to accept his authority and accept him as the king. Where all did he start doing that? In Bijapur and Golconda. Okay, as a ruler, how was Shah Jahan? Shah Jahan's reign is called as the golden age of the Mughal Empire. Okay, like the Gupta dynasty and all we had seen, it was the golden age for India. In the same way, Shah Jahan's period or Shah Jahan's reign is called as the golden age of the Mughal Empire. He was an efficient ruler. The Mughal Empire proposed under his rule, and the people were happy. There was respect for law and order, and the citizens enjoyed peace and security. Okay, Shah Jahan's rule also was like where people enjoyed peace, security in his kingdom. They obeyed the laws made by him, and he proposed the rules, and people were happy with whatever rules he was making. The Portuguese had already set up trading posts in India during his father Jahangir's time. Okay, Portuguese, the foreign kings were already there. Who are the foreign kings here? The Portuguese were already inside India for trade purpose during his father Jahangir's time. The French, the Dutch, and the British also entered India to trade in cotton and spices. Okay, now comes the French, the Dutch, and the British people along with Portuguese. Portuguese were already there in Jahangir's time. Now what happened? The French people, the people from Dutch, and the Britishers also came to India for trading in which all? Cotton and spices. Okay, then but unlike Akbar and Jahangir, who were liberal towards other religions, Shah Jahan was less tolerant. Okay, unlike his father Jahangir and Akbar, who respected all the religions, Shah Jahan was not like that. He was bit tolerant. This was little surprising as his mother and grandmother were Rajput princes. Although his mother and grandmother were Rajput princes, Shah Jahan was not that good in mindset to accept all the religions. Okay, the art and architecture during his time. Whose time? Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan was passionate about architecture and is remembered most for the monuments and the gardens he got built. That means Shah Jahan made beautiful buildings and gardens. These were established during whose period? Shah Jahan. Some of the famous buildings he built were the Red Fort, the Jama Masjid in Delhi, and the Moti Masjid at Agra. You can see the picture here. This is the Moti Masjid. This is one of the beautiful building you can see built by Shah Jahan. Okay, the Diwan-e Khas, where he met the nobles. Okay, and the Diwan-e-Aam, where he met the common people. This was done by whom? Akbar. So that process he kept on following. What did he do? He met the Diwan-e-Aam and the Diwan-e Khas in the, and these are structures. Where are they? Beautiful structures inside the Red Fort. Okay, the dash is the one of the 7 wonders of the world. Which is this building? The Taj Mahal. This is the 7th wonder of the world, children. Okay, it took nearly 20,000 workers and around 20 years to build this. How many years did Taj Mahal take? It took 20 years and almost 20,000 workers to build this beautiful monument. It is made of white marble. This building is completely made of marble. Okay, and decorated with semi precious stones. He had this built in the loving memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Mumtaz Mahal was Shah Jahan's wife, and he built this Taj Mahal in her loving memory. Okay, a major river flows behind this building, which is that? It is the river Yamuna. Okay, Mumtaz Mahal, in the fond memory of Mumtaz, Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal. It is one of the 7th greatest wonder of the world, and it is situated in front of the river Yamuna. The minars of the Taj Mahal are titled away from the structure so that if they fall, they will fall away from the building. These 4 pillars, can you see here, children? They are built in such a way that today also if they fall, they will not fall on this building, but they'll fall somewhere outside like this. Okay, he planned it in such a way. Okay, Shah Jahan was fond of precious stones, and he got the peacock throne built for himself. This is the peacock throne here. It is made up of what, children? It is made up of the precious stone. But it was taken away by a Persian king called the Nadir Shah. Although this was built by Shah Jahan, the peacock throne is built by Shah Jahan, but it was taken away by the king of Persia named the Nadir Shah. Many paintings and portraits using gold and precious stones were created by the artist. See, in his period, painting was done by gold and was decorated with precious stones, because Shah Jahan always liked precious stones and gold. There were ample of work for artisans during his reign. In the period of Shah Jahan, the arts people or the craftsmen or the artisans were given lot of importance, and they had lot of work done in his period. He also gave lot of supports to the poets, thinkers, scholars and artists. Who gave? King Shah Jahan gave importance to poets, the thinkers, scholars and the artists. Shah Jahan fell ill and was later imprisoned by his son Aurangzeb. Okay. Now here son only puts his father to jail. Shah Jahan was put to jail by his son Aurangzeb at the Agra fort. That Agra fort, what happened? Aurangzeb was put in the Agra fort. He was looked after by his daughter Jahanara. Okay, what was the children's name of Shah Jahan? His son was Aurangzeb and daughter was Jahanara. The son of Shah Jahan was Aurangzeb and daughter of Shah Jahan was Jahanara. In the last days, he died in the year 1666. Okay, children, this is the story all about the second important Mughal king, the Shah Jahan, who is the grandson of Akbar. In the next class, we will be studying about one more important personality. Till then, if you have any doubts regarding this lesson, please go through the video once again and come back with your doubts to me. Okay, thank you.